Hello, I'm Floyd, and this of course is World of Tanks, and I'm looking at the M8A1, which is a little Tier 4 American tank destroyer. It's a tank that I only discovered just recently, having going back into the tech tree to repurchase the Hellcat. I discovered that this tank was unresearched. So I'd done the T82, I'd done the T49, this one hadn't been researched, so I researched it, bought it, dropped a bit of free on it to bling her out, and gave her a go, and discovered she's very much like a small Hellcat. She's very fast, got a good camera rating. Obviously, she's a tank destroyer. The turret's very slow and doesn't have a great deal of armour. In fact, you do have more armour than a Hellcat. A Hellcat has 13 front, sides, and rear. And the M8A1 has 29 front, sides and 25 on the rear, so you're doing a little better with that, but again, you're not doing brilliant. So just like the Hellcat, you're not a brawling tank, you're not a scout. You can passive scout with it, with binos and a camo net, move forward. It works a lot better if you do happen to have 6th sense on, which I do at this time, didn't when I first got it. So if you're spotted, you're fast enough to get out of there and find another position. But again, don't go up and brawl next to the heavies. I know a few heavies have asked me to do that. You're camping. Well, what do they expect? I've got blinking 29 armour, and primarily what they want in the support is they want the use of the gun. So as long as my gun's in play, and then you're using it to effect, then you're doing your job. Sitting next to a heavy and trying to brawl like him is just daft, frankly, and you won't last long. In fact, you'll last, depending on what tier you're in, say tiers 5 and 6s, you'll last for one shot. If you're in tier 4 game, you may make 2 shots, unless you get hit by a Hertzer. That's primarily a one-shot deal. So, in fact, there's a lot of tanks out there which will just take you in one shot. Like I say, especially if they're firing the derp HE guns, because they will just penetrate you. I mean, you haven't got enough armour to fend it off. So, if you fired your own gun at yourself, you're going to penetrate. So, if one of these fired at you, 38, it does 38 penetration with HE. If it connects, you potentially looking at 175 damage, and you've got 165, so a few shots, you're out, and that's firing your own gun at another one of these tanks. So if you come across something with a little bit more oomph, like a Hertzer, or maybe the M4s or the Stugs, or the KVs, definitely, you're not going to last. So just don't do it. I've seen tanks do it. I've seen these little ones brawling like that, and the turret's just too slow. It only traverses at 18, so by the time you've got to them and you're circling round, you're at an angle, your turret is at a completely different angle and trying to catch up. Whereas their turret is probably a little bit faster than yours. Bang, you're dead, you're out of there. But if you stay back and use your camo rating, I mean, it's a tank destroyer, so they get a bonus camo rating anyway. Plus, it's a tiny tank. I mean, if I zoom the camera right in, I can still get the whole tank in the shot. It's still there. Most tanks, if we go to the Hellcat, there you go, the gun's gone. It's just not ideal, is it? It's just yeah, again, the gun's gone for the. That's for the AMX-12, and that's another small tank. So you get a nice camo rating with it. I've put camo on it as well. I only put it on for. Oh no, I put permanent on it. I didn't realise that. It must have been on sale. But yeah, that adds another 5% as well. So even if you just put it on for 30 days or 7 days, it's worth it. Camo net, binos, rammer. It does fire a fairly decent rate of fire, 14 rounds a minute, a little over. But you know what? What else could I put on there really? What do they give you? toolbox, no, gun lay and drive. It aims pretty quick, no, so there's no real need for that. Bino's already got. Wet class ammo rack, don't think it's worth it. Camo net again got. Spool lino's not a bad little decision if you're going to start taking hits from artillery. But to be fair, if you're spotted, move. Don't wait for the artillery. If as soon as you know that they know you're there, move. Reverse up, change position, and start again from a different position. So hopefully the artillery will be shooting where you were and not where you are. Doesn't always work, but that's the plan. So anyway, I've got two games that I wanna show you. One is a replay. The first one is one of the first 10 games I played in this tank. The second is one that I'm going to play. In fact, I have played it out because this wasn't the original intro. I seem to have lost it, so I'm re-recording this intro. But I still got the game that I played when I done the intro. So I did the intro and then went into the game. So we're going to watch that game. I'm narrating as I'm going through it, which isn't always good. Multitasking isn't my forte. But we'll see how that goes, and then we'll come back for the ending. So I'll let you get straight on. So this is the first one. This is a replay of the first 10 or so battles I had in this tank. It was over one of the crazy weekends, the 3 times I believe. Not sure what it was in aid of. Should be paying more attention to that, but it's been busy, so I haven't. But I did know it was 3 times, and things did get crazy. So we gave this one a go, and I think I played most of the weekend in this tank. It was so much fun. There was a lot of you see a lot of experienced players down in this level. You see I'm running XVM. That's the only mod that I do run. It does give you, well, it's a great tool for seeing who to prioritise targets, pretty much, is how it was sold to me when I was talking to using it. And frankly, they were right. I'm glad I've got it on. Plus I can put the config how I want it to be, like with the small health bars and stuff, rather than the clutter they have, the big thick bars that I can't stand. They just take up too much room on the screen, and I like to see everything, or as much as I can. Even though I'm running a square screen and not a wide screen like I probably should be. So at this point you've noticed they've pretty much rushed into the middle, so it's stay back there, let them die, or try and at least give them some support up in the middle. Again, not getting too close to the front. I don't know when I'm spotted. Generally when someone fires at you, you find out, and that's normally a bad thing in this tank. It pretty much absorbs, it's like a sponge. It loves absorbing shells. Well, generally 2 of them. There are a couple of games you'll get into, like 6s, and they can actually, some of those can do you like KV-1S one shot, an M4 with, is it an M4 or the tier 6 version anyway? I think it's the Jumbo Sherman with the derp gun. That's one shot as well. Hertzer, I could just reel them off. There's loads of tanks out there. Tier 5 and 6, that will just pretty much take you in one shot. That's even with the larger turret, which I think adds 10 hit points or something ridiculous like that. It's not a lot. So anyway, I've missed the first couple of shots on that tank. Things aren't going well. My team's just melting away at this point. I know there's stuff to the left, so I'm concentrating on that because they've got the RT around the back. Here they go. No. I've also Hertzer pops up at the back, which also needs to be got rid of. Now, I think I take one shot at him, as I remember right, or at least mark him to be hit. No, he goes down, I think. And then it's too difficult at the front, so I have to ignore him and move back to the front. And that's when I realised we actually got some AFKs over there as well. I didn't realise that. I thought they were doing a good thing and not rushing, but it turns out they're not even there. So the first one's down.
Enemy armor is hit.
Speculative shots, miss him on that one.
Penetration.
And he moved, quite rightly. Kind of hoping he didn't. I don't always. the next one, and now.
Got him.
Oh, ammo racked him. That's nice. We like those. Providing it's on the other side. I believe this tank here, he makes. I think he's probably a newer player. His first mistake is to spend too much time killing AFKs. Oh no, he goes for the RT. For a moment there, I thought he went for one of the AFK, but he probably did, because I think they're dead. I wouldn't have bothered to start with. I would have got rid of the live tanks personally, but there you go. And this, I remember this was a lucky shot. I kind of thought, well, where are you going to be? And I knew there was a hill there somewhere. I just hoped it wasn't where I fired. There we go, she's gone. So it's time to move. I was taking shots on the building to the right behind me. So it's time to get out of there and relocate. See, this thing's quite good. Do you know what? It's sometimes when you hit bumps and you actually leave the ground and think, oh, that's a track, and it does let you get away with it. You got those big, they're like trolley wheels like you'd have on in the old days. Your mum would have on a pram. Big spoked things. That's what it seems to have on the back of that. So maybe they got their parts from scrap yards or something. I don't know. They definitely do the job. So we're in strife now. There's 2 of us left.
Penetration.
Oh, that was, you know, he just moved back as I fired that, and as I remember right, he does exactly the same thing now. What are you doing? Those shells cost credits.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Now get rid of him.
Gotcha.
Done. And you know, I actually get a bit panicky over the next tank. I see, it's a little, it's a tier 2 gold. I've got one in actual fact. I'm a little bit worried about it because, oh, not that one. Oh yeah, this one first. Then the M2 comes along, or the M2 light tank, whatever it's called. Very fast. Turret's not brilliant, but it's the cannon. It's multiple. It just fires lots of rounds, which I'm not 100% sure that I would bounce. So I do get a bit panicky when he turns up. Fortunately for me, he drives straight past me. And I can't penetrate. I got one lucky hit on that, which I believe was in the side. Can't get anything else to penetrate. I think I even revert to gold in the end. Yeah, there it goes. But he kills him, so there's no need. And here he is now. Just comes flying straight across the middle. I was dead worried he was coming for me, and I'm probably spotted at this point because he's very close, and they've still got RT. Right, now, watch. 1. I think, oh, I locked that outpost, that's not good, change direction. And then wait for the second one is the one, I believe. That would have been a one shot. That would have been the end of the game. If I got caught by that. I've no idea what fired that. That's probably the RC. But yeah, cool, blimey. That would have been completely foobar if I'd been hit by that thing. Got away with all my health though, so can't grumble. We've got our other little fellow over here. I actually asked him, I believe, at one point, find the bush because he's driving round. But you know, it's low tier, so you've got to expect it. Quite a fast little thing. It's not brilliant on turning corners, but you can't outmaneuver. But it's not too bad. I mean, it's a tank destroyer, so what do you want? Do you know what I mean? It does what it needs to, and it does it well, I must say. And it's got good vision on it as well. Right over to the middle. I was cheated that. Left him with. Oh, that's just wrong. And I can't get a shot for the second. That's a shame. So I know he's in the middle. He's not moving terribly fast, so he's probably not going to wander off too far neither. So I've got to do is wait to spot the last 2. I'm not too worried about the RT because I think I can outrun them. What I am worried about is the other fella, because he can cause me serious trouble. Especially up from the distance, he's dead, but from up close, yeah, I'm in trouble. So I'm trying to avoid him if I possibly can help it. And also, I think I get asked at some point, "Do you want to know where they are?" I say no. I never. I did. You know what? I say I never. I have done, and it's been an ambush. You've gone in and asked, he's just pwned you. And I checked it out. I actually tried that a few times. You know, if I learn a lesson, I like to learn it good. So yeah, I've been caught out by that a couple of times. Don't take the bait anymore. It's not worth it. It normally ends in destruction. Normally mine. So we don't go for that. And we know where one roughly is. He's not moving too far. He comes this way, I'm probably going to spot him. So his only option is to go wide. Move back to cover the town. Very quiet, some of these guys, very tense at the end. It's just, those few minutes seem to tick by, and then you get the last minute and it's just like, well, I can't get to the cap quick enough. So I think I made at this point a decision. I think it's at 2 or 3 minutes to move. That's it, we're going to go and cap. But we're going to wait until then. I haven't said anything to Matey because he'll probably just go off and do it. There's another spot. Again, left him with, but no shot. So I know he's over here. So that's 2 we've got now. We just don't know. Oh, just don't know where the last one is. I'm guessing I was at the time. I reckon he was down in the city with the arty. I think they were probably trying to get into position, and he was going to come out and spot. Not quite sure why they came so close, though. To be fair, I think I would have probably stayed on the other side of the town. It's just got a nice line through. But I don't play arty anymore. I just it hasn't been fun since the patch. I was okay before, but I wasn't brilliant. And I find that the good players really haven't excelled with the patch, whereas the mediocres like myself, not so much. I believe our guy is he still moving around? He wanders over in the end and he finds one. Yeah, he's still moving. Driving around in circles. Just point out to him, oh there he is, and still no spot. So he's down. So right now, it's time to cap. It's time to get over there and start the cap, get him on it, cover it, and then see how things go. Rather helpful tip there for him to go around him after he's actually killed him. I believe I was multitasking at the time. I was chatting to somebody and and typing in and not doing terribly well at both. So anyway, I had to pause it there. Phone, sorry. So let's move on. So anyway, we're moving over to the cap. Decided to push in over there, but round the right side, or on the map, on the mini map, it's the left side. But as we're looking at it, it's on the right side. With possibly an IT over here with very low health, so we could probably get rid of him if we need to. But he's not here. Well, he doesn't seem to be. So I'll cover Matey as he goes in. He'll start the cap. We get a look, see what sort of time we've got on it. Generally they will come back, so the plan was to hang back a little bit and then go rushing in. But I noticed we didn't quite. I left it a little bit late. I should have probably gone a little bit sooner to try and keep the clock in front. I know that as soon as I get into the cap, we would have got it. But had they turned up on my way to the cap even, oh my god, they would have stopped me and we would have lost. It would have been a draw because we wouldn't have got it. So in the end, I didn't get to do what I wanted to do. I wanted to stay and maybe pick them off as they came. But we were running out of time, so I just, to hell with it, I can do it from inside the cap. There you go. Yeah, I think even the team's wondering what you're doing. But I'm not about the. I wasn't worried about the kills. I just wanted to win, basically. So there we go. Take her in. If you look at the time, it's still a little bit out, but as soon as I get in, we're well in front, and it drops it dramatically. I could have left it a little bit later, but like I say, if I had left it later and they had got to the top of the hill and tracked me on the way down, it would have been game over. So why wait? Get in there. I've got the camo. If I remember to keep my tank still and use the turret, there you go. And I've got the vision, so we could probably see them as they come over anyway. And that was that. That was that one. Job done. So here we are. We're on port now. It's not the ideal thing for this tank. It's not the ideal map at all, because this tends to be up close and personal.
Let's go.
And we are about distance. And now, if I can, if I can avoid driving into other people, so I've not had a good start. We're going to take the position over on the right side of the map. We're going to try and get to the docks. We're in the docks, but we're going to go to the west side of the docks and cover the junkyard, or the sand dunes, if someone calls it. Some people call it. And we've got cover over here as well, so we can get into amongst the containers and get. Oh my god! And see, I stopped there. I don't know why I stopped. I should have kept going, and it would have been fine. But I stopped. So we're not having a very good driving day. But let's see if we can. I think one has already got through. No, they haven't. I thought I saw. No, he was on the bridge. He's on the bridge. So they're coming. One's got through. So one.
Enemy is hit.
So right, this PZ. I've got to stop him. I've got to track him. Track. Oh, got him. Okay. He's got the. Oh, I bounced.
Penetration.
Take his commander if I can. I've bounced 2 so far. This is great.
Enemy armor is
And he tracked me. That's 3 bounces. Oh, thank God. 3 bounces. I've never had 3 bounces in this tank, I've got to tell you.
Get going.
Normally it's 1 shot off those things. But I'll take it. Oh, I just got hit, so time to move. Time to get out. So anyway, once I get the L plates off and I can manage to avoid teammates and containers, I think what we'll do is we'll head out of this area now. Because driving it's not been great. I've driven into everything, but we have managed to fend off a very lucky escape. And fend off, it was a lucky escape, let's face it. I bounced 3 shots, very unlikely in this tank, but it happened anyway. Let's see if we can get to some of the guys on the bridge from the side, if we can find a position. There's a Hertz, and that is a 1 shot spotted, so let's get out of there. I don't want to be shot by him. Okay, let's go to the other side of the containers. I think that should be out of his. Yeah, and yeah, there we go. Let's take a look at those. Now, I'm not 100%.
Penetration.
Right, that was good. Not much. Only 94, but we'll take it. No, over the top. Oh, the Hertz is coming. We need to stop him.
Enemy armor is
There's
hit.
1. Took a hill. Shot from the hill. The bridge. The hill. Another 1 from the bridge. Right, the Hertz is done. So let's let the spotting disappear. No shot. No. Alright, let's go forward. I think pretty soon I'm going to have to... No shot. I'm going to have to move. Because they know I'm here. Let's just have to get 1 more off. The turret. No, I believe that hit the bridge. Oh, that's a shame. Oh well. Right. yeah, let's move forward onto the bridge, because we've pushed them back now. So from the bridge, if we can get up on there, there are a few on there already, so it could be a bit crowded. But what the hell? We should be able to get a few shots off down to the cap and even to that D2, which is lying in wait on the tracks. Now those things are they're a pain. You have to shoot the bubble on the top if you can get it. It's generally where you'll find the commander, and it's he hasn't got many weak spots on that thing. I mean, for other tanks fine, but not for this one. You really have got to pick your shots. It's very busy up here. It's very much like a freeway in actual fact. Okay, we've got top of a turret of a PZ. Let's see if we can.
Penetration.
Oh, nice hit. 112 off him. No, that one over his head. Yeah, he's dead. I wasted a shot. Was that the Covenanter? No, I've got no shot on him. Too high. I probably could have shot under the tracks if I was lower down. Under the tracks, under the trains even. But I've got no shot from here. Now we've got a D2. He's at the end of the line of the road of this bridge. Oh, that wasn't wise. Going in front of his gun. Could have blown my up. He would have finished me as well if he'd hit me. Oh well. So there he is. Right, we need to shoot him. If I can get a look at it. Back up, straight at the top of the turret. There. I think that worked out. Oh, they're all dead, so that worked out pretty well. So that's the second game. So let's have a quick look at the battle report. 25,000 credits, 1,000 experience for a tier 4 game. You can't grumble at that. 2 kills. 119 experience, damage, sorry, and 671 experience. 15 shots fired, 11 hits, and 11 penetrations. So everything we fired penetrated. Okay, so we've seen the 2 matches, and I hope you enjoyed them. It's you know, the first game was a very early game in this tank, and I think that actually got the mastery badge out of that game. I don't actually remember. I did get it. I just can't remember when. I think that might have been it. And the other game, it wasn't an ideal, but then probably the best map to show you, because it's not the ideal map for this tank. The port is not brilliant. Those kinds of maps are not ideal. You want Siegfried Line, Sand River, El Haloof, very nice for this tank. Those kinds of maps with a bit of distance, so you can support your heavies and scouts properly. But I think it did okay. So it was probably the best map we could have got for a small demonstration. Again, I don't, and you know what? I'm not doing this from a point of view of a unicorn. I'm nowhere near a unicorn. I've done about 17,000 battles. The first half of those I class as disposable games, where I'm pretty much on TeamSpeak with friends, drinking alcohol, and just throwing tanks away. So, and then we discovered that we could actually play this game. So we started to knuckle down and learn. And so I've been scraping away and trying to improve the best I can for the last 7,000 odd battles or 10,000 battles. So I'm not going at it from that point of view. It's just I wanted to. I've missed this tank, and if you have missed this tank as well, it was just why don't you go back and check it out? You'll love it. And if you're on your way up to the Hellcat, then when you get to this tank, this is pretty much what you're going to get when you get the Hellcat. It's obviously got a better gun, it's got less armour, but it's a little quicker. I don't think it turns quite as well as this, the Hellcat, but primarily they are the similar tank. They're very similar in terms of playing style. They have slight differences, obviously, but if you like this, you're going to love the Hellcat. In actual fact, the American turreted line is very good. I haven't done very well on the fixed turrets, but I very much enjoyed the entire line of American turreted tank destroyers. I'm currently doing the T-30, very much enjoying it. I haven't even got the big gun on it yet, but it's still a lot of fun. So if you're doing this line, you will enjoy it. So have fun, and I'll see you again. Thanks for watching.